Happy New Year, Gemini Cancer. Thank you so much for being patient with your reading. I'm so sorry it took me so long for your New Year's reading, but I just couldn't get back in the zone to do the rest of the videos, so just finally getting to it now. And it's really strange. It was super windy the day I was doing the videos, and now it's super windy again today. It's like that energy came with it. So, we're going to check out very first. Oh, I have to put this other one back. Have to have all the animal spirit guides in the deck before we can proceed. Okay, now we can get the deck and see what your animal spirit guide is for 2019. You guys have Seagull. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. So that's pretty intense. So if you don't even realize it, I think that's going to be like a big wake-up call. But if you do know all about it, then it might even make you cry at this point. Like, it's kind of an intense feeling, and my whole body is shivering right now. Woo! So, underlying energies for 2019, you guys have the Five of Wands in the reverse, and the Shadow for the Cloud deck. So what I see is a feeling of coming out of fighting and going into hiding. So it's like you don't want to fight anymore, you just want to take some time for yourself and not get into that aggressive energy. And that makes so much sense with now is a time for deep emotional healing. So, okay, now you have the Fly and the Nine of Swords. Very interesting. Again, this is a person coming out of this emotional rut. Something has happened that has caused a lot of pain, and it is the time to come out of it, and you probably already are. Now the other way I see this too with the Fly, it's like almost like a fly on the wall feeling, where you want to know if someone else is grieving, or you want to know if someone else has stopped their grieving now, come out of their grieving. Okay, so a couple different ways that could go. Okay, your opening message for 2019 is the Create and the Queen of Wands. So what a perfect pairing, because the Queen of Wands is the most creative. She not only wants to create, but then she wants to share that creation with everyone. So that's a really positive energy, and I feel like if that's you, it's because you're coming out of this emotional, tense time and starting your healing. And you're probably going to go through your healing with some creative aspect or assistance kind of a thing. So if you draw, you're going to draw to help with your emotional state, to get you out of this Nine of Swords energy. But you definitely are shedding that energy, so that's really good. And it looks to me like it's going to help you create something really, really good that you want to share with everyone else. Okay, wow, you guys have so many swords. You have the Sword and the Eight of Swords. And together these cards to me look like this feeling of being trapped in some kind of state. My guess is an emotional state. But you really need to cut yourself free from this, because I don't know, you feel like you can't, but you can. If this is you still feeling in this horrible emotional state, then I feel like the Queen of Wands is actually another person that's going to help you get out of this energy. So don't resist that assistance if you get that, because like it could be, I don't know, say it's a friend, and say she does scrapbooking and you've never really done it, you think that's not going to help, blah blah blah. But once you do it, you may find that it is really therapeutic. Not only because it's quiet time where you're cutting and gluing and whatever, but also normally you're making something to give to somebody else. And that giving feeling is even going to help your emotional state. So just think about it like that, maybe. Okay, so now you have the Windy and the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is in the reverse. That is the worst emotional state you could pretty much be in, besides the King of Swords in the reverse. So with the Windy here, it's time to like seriously let it go. It's like you need to clear that energy as soon as possible because it's only getting worse. It was supposed to be getting better, and it's getting a little worse. So this could also be somebody causing you a little bit of angst. So I would be just weary of anyone who's maybe out for themselves and really doesn't care who they hurt in the meantime to get to where they want to be. Because that is the Queen of Swords in the reverse energy. Like, she'll do anything to get what she wants, including hurting others along the way. So this could be the root of all of this problem. And if that's the case, with the Windy here, it's like telling you to like use your energy to get that person out of your sphere. Seriously, get it out of your energy sphere because they are an energy vampire. Okay, so your closing message actually looks super positive. You have the Glow and the Knight of Wands. So I feel like once you get out of this rut of feeling really crappy, there will be an intense change in your attitude, your outlook, your energy. So the glow is probably where you're going to end up. And it feels like then that's going to attract some interesting characters. Probably somebody who is also very creative will want to possibly work with you, possibly have a relationship with you, but not, let me say that again. Possibly have relations with you. That doesn't mean they necessarily want to have a relationship with you. So do be wary of how I said that. So it's an interesting spread, but I feel like with the Glow and the Knight of Wands, that like this is the start of something new that's going to change your outlook completely. And I think before you were to meet this Knight of Wands person, you will have to take that time for deep emotional healing because you will not be glowing until you've done that. So remember the seagull. Every time you see reference to a seagull, I would be careful if you live on the coast because if you see seagulls every 5 minutes, then you're gonna go nuts. But this one's an interesting one because he has a white head and just black tips on his wings. So maybe look for seagulls like that if you live on the coast. If you don't live on the coast and you don't live right next to a landfill, you probably won't see seagulls super often. So my guess is you could probably take any seagull as your reference. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Have a wonderful 2019 and I'll be back for February's readings. Take care, guys.